Bienvenidos de nuevo a todos. Soy tu anfitrión, Super Convivial. Y hoy estoy acompañado por... Brennan, that's your cue. What's your name?
Sí. Sí, muy bien.
I am joined today by B-Rad Brendan. I almost said your last name. And today we have a special podcast coming to you. We will be discussing a subject that Brendan has no background knowledge for. He's never watched it. I only watch it because, some knowledge. I only watch it sometimes because my grandma's a huge fan and watches every week, including tonight, and maybe even right now, 90 Day Fiance. Brendan, how have you been?
Quite well. How about you?
I feel terrible. Did you like the opening?
I love the opening. I think I know what might make you feel better.
What? We're going to speak Gaelic? Oh, that's good too. I've been practicing that for the past half an hour.
I should have known.
So, what we're going to do now, because we're not going to talk about the show, because this current season is like maybe the most disgusting cast of people they have, because each one of them is almost horrible in their own way. And I'm curious about it because it worked. It is a cast of horrible people, and everyone loves it. I mean, this season blew up.
Well, yeah, it really did. I mean, I knew of it before. I watched different episodes. Yeah. An old coworker of mine turned me onto it. You know, just the ridiculousness of it, and the little bit I watched was just so wild and hilarious. But there's at least one person in particular. I know it's a couple of different arcs going on this season, but one guy in particular has taken the internet by storm.
Well, that man's name happened to be Big Ed?
No, Big Neck Ed.
Okay. Well, he has a lot of nicknames. He's a man revered by most. So I have 5 people. There's more people in the current season, but 5 people who I think are the standouts who I want you to talk about. So I'm going to try and introduce them to you by least piece of shit to most piece of shit.
Amazing.
So, where to begin? So, Brendan, we are going to begin with a man named Ash. But for this, we'll call him Wide Eyes. Because this dude's eyes are...
Oh, this guy.
You know who it is?
You showed me a picture of him.
Okay, yeah, I did. Okay.
But I don't know anything else. I just know that face.
From the land of our Lord and Savior, Jango Fett, New Zealand, but currently resides in Australia, the Burning Land. So, he currently lives in Australia, and he's dating a woman from America, and she's the person going over there to bring him back to the United States. Okay. So, he is a motivational speaker. That is his job. And she decides to go visit him at his job one day. And he's giving a speech to these group of women. And he, in the speech to these women, is talking about how men are masculine. Their job is to work and bring home the money, while the woman's job is to be at home and take care of the household, and that they are, in fact, quite happy doing that and actually require masculine energy from men to go on and live.
What? I mean, he knows it's not 1845, right?
And these women are like, what? And he's going on and on about how
how is that even motivational?
Maybe I chose the wrong name, but he's like a professional speaker.
It's not even motivational to men. To no one.
So a woman's like, I've dated men who are less, I wouldn't say super masculine, and we've been completely. And he goes, no, you're wrong. And she's like, oh, okay.
Okay. If you say so. Jesus Christ.
And so this is I was like, I watched it. I was like, this is fucking weird. But that's just that he's on the least. He's the least piece of shit.
Amazing. Yeah, that's saying something. Oh boy. We're
gonna go next to a woman named Lisa. Now, every season they like to have archetypes. I like to think the same kind of character. Mm-hmm. It's almost like Love Live. I know you don't watch that, but each season they have a group of girls, and each girl is a mirror image of the previous season girl. That's sort of like this. So this woman,
yeah, I got you.
is 50 to 60 years old, white, from like not rural America, from like the South, has a Southern accent, and is massively overweight. And they always try and get one of them because they're like gems. And she wants to marry
queens.
She wants to marry a black guy from Nigeria who wants to be a rapper, and his nickname is Soulja Boy. And he is aware that there is a Soulja Boy.
He's aware?
Okay. Yeah, he is aware that there's a Soulja Boy in America.
Does he spell it like, the same or differently?
It is like some super minuscule detail. He's like, no, that's why my name's different.
Jeez.
It's either like
it's like a little hyphen or something.
Yeah, it's like one of them is Soulja Boy and one of them is like the Soulja Boy. It's something completely stupid like that. But so the fat white women who go to Africa are always hilarious because it's so weird because they go there expecting like a slave. Jeez. Every time they talk, they're like, so I'm old, he's supposed to have sex with me, take care of me, I'm the boss of the house, I don't want any, and it's always like a huge like, this is
yeah, I don't know, like I get it. I don't get what they're going for.
They almost want a nanny to have sex with them. That's basically what they want.
Yeah. Like I know they're trying to help the other person by becoming an American citizen. It's like, well, you want to become an American citizen, you got to help me out a little bit. But it's still really weird.
It's the most, because the whole show is, the premise of it is like, oh, we're gonna find love from other countries. But really, the premise is one person is super fucking desperate and alone. Sometimes a loser, unemployed, ugly. Like these are all the things that the Americans are. And then they find attractive people out of country. Time out. Yeah.
Can I sign up? Woo!
Woo! So then they find attractive people out of country who are like, yeah, we love you, wink, wink. Just bring us to fucking country, okay?
Exactly.
And of course, the people out of country are always talking.
Oh, you're so handsome.
Yeah, they're always talking like 16 other Americans at the same time. It's like, no, we were just talking to them. You're the one we want. It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
So she's on a piece of shit list because she called the black guy the N-word recently. Hard
on
R.
TV. They got it
off TV. Off
Jeez.
TV. But the guy like said like oh, remember that time you called me the N-word? And she was like, what? Why? Don't say that. Don't bring that up here. And I was like, woo!
Don't bring it up. Woo!
So normally that would make you higher on the piece of shit list, but because I mean, you look at this woman, you're like, she definitely says that like every other day. So she's low just because you look at it and you go, that makes sense. Like I could see that woman doing that.
That makes sense. Like yeah, you know.
Yeah, like I
still don't approve of it, but I get it.
No, I don't approve it, but I'm like, you knew what she was like. You knew who she was before going into this.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna move on to a man.
Next. Kind of forgot there were more. Yeah. You hear like the N-word, it's like, oh man, that's it. We're good.
No, it gets much worse. Next is David. Now, he hasn't done anything wrong per se. He's not a dick. He's just like a loser to a point that it kind of makes you upset.
Okay.
Like he's the embodiment of the word incel. So this man is named David. I think he's like a computer engineer or was one in Las Vegas. He's retired. He's in his 60s, I think.
Okay.
And he's dating some hot type piece of ass from the Ukraine.
Nice.
So he talks to her on this specific talking app where you have to pay to talk to someone.
Sure.
So he's been doing that for 7 years. And he's convinced that she's in love with him. But never has been like, hey, want to talk on like,
Facebook, Twitter.
No, it's always been like this one app where he has to pay. I think they said he's like spent like $100,000 just speaking to her. It's like, Jesus.
Oh my God. Not even like $100,
Yeah. So this is his third visit to the Ukraine. His third visit. And each time he has not seen her because something comes up. One time a relative died. One time she was sick. But he knows in his heart that this is the one.
Of course.
So he goes there, and lo and behold, she doesn't show up. So here's one.
Yeah.
So he like finds out her IP address somehow, goes to her village, and it's like some dangerous village that when he asks like people like, hey, where's this village? Like, you don't want to go there. That's not safe for you.
That's the Ukraine, of course.
So he goes there. It's a guy. And so it's a guy living there, and he's like, oh yeah, that happens to people all the time from America. It's whatever. And he's still like, no, there's a mistake. She loves me. I know she does. There has to
Oh
be.
my god. So he obviously never even like had a video conversation with
No,
her.
no,
Yeah.
just photos.
Fucking idiot.
So he hires a private investigator, and the private investigator comes out, and
Tell him the same thing.
he's like, she's talking to 8 men, she's scamming them for money.
Nice.
He tells the translator that. The translator says, "What do you want me to say to him?" Do you know what he says to the translator to tell the private eye?
I love you.
You're fired.
Oh wait, yeah, to the private. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
So he fires the private eye investigator. Also, at some point, he became a total villain. He hired a private eye investigator, and he's wearing now a long black leather coat. That's really funny.
Like a trench coat.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
a duster.
yeah.
He's got the duster. He's a king.
So that's where we've left off with him. But it's just like, come, move on, man.
Left off? You mean there's more room for
Well, the show's still going on.
Right.
Although, spoilers, so cut off for like the next 30 seconds. In the spoilers, apparently, he has finally met up with her, and he has instantly asked her to marry him.
Oh, so she is real.
Yeah, she is real, because she's scamming other guys. But no word yet on if she said yes or no. I'm going to assume she said no, because she's probably like, you're a fucking loser, dude. Like, get over it. But, I mean, isn't that so ridiculous?
Yeah. That's really sad.
And I feel like if I'm, like, let's say you're doing that, and I'm your friend, I'm like, dude, I feel like you'd have to catch hands.
I mean, seriously. As long as you wash your hands first, and, you know.
No.
Still needs to be clean.
This is so stupid. You're catching COVID hands. Not that I have COVID, people. But I just,
he says.
He's so annoying to hear him talk, because he's kind of smug. Not smug, but he's kind of like a dick about the whole thing. He's like, you don't know what you're talking about, guy, okay? You don't know. Clearly, you've never been in love before. I'm like, all right, thank you for that. So that's why he's so annoying, it puts him over the N-word lady. Next, the second worst person in the show is Big Ed. Or No Neck Ed. Or Big No Neck Ed.
His Royal Highness.
Yeah. Or Ed Chan, whatever you want to call him. I mean, if you've been on the internet the past couple months, you know Big Ed.
Oh yeah.
He has no neck.
he the Mucinex germ.
And the funny part is, he is a horrible person on the inside too.
Amazing.
So
amazing.
He met some woman from Thailand, I think. Or Thailand, I don't know what I call it.
Was it Thailand or the Philippines?
Oh, okay, it's the Philippines.
I thought, yeah. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I thought she was Filipino.
He treats this woman like shit. He is just constantly berating her.
And I remember, like, the first few clips I saw of him, I thought it was more like him, like, simping over her. But as you've shown me more and more, I'm like, wow, he's just a douche.
Yeah, he's a
It was just when they first met, he was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And he was like, you know, kissing her hand.
So he said her legs are too hairy. She has bad breath. He gives her gifts that are really just gifts for him. He's like, here's some gifts for me. It's like a bunch of tooth products, like a toothbrush, mouthwash. And then he's like, oh, and also a real gift. Here's some sexy lingerie for you to wear with me. It's like, okay, what a giving guy.
Here's a Lego Venator that you can help me build.
And then
it'll be fun for both of us.
Where she's like, I want you to spend time with me and my child. And he's like, I actually have these tickets for you and me to go somewhere. So how about no?
Damn. Yeah, I knew she has like a little 3 or 4 year old, right?
Yeah, he's like, I really want to spend time with him. And then she's also like, she wants kids. And this whole time they've been talking, he's like, yeah, I have kids. But to the camera, he's almost like wink, like, I set up a vasectomy test when I get home. It's like, what an asshole.
What a dick. Just be honest. Be like, maybe, you know?
And then finally he tells her that, and she goes, what? Like, I'm like, why are you telling me this now? You've been wasting my time. And he's like, huh? What? Like, oh, what are we talking about? Anyway, last I heard of him is currently he's not happy with all people kind of, you know, calling him out. So he is selling merchandise where half the proceeds will go to anti-bullying stuff, but the rest of it will go to him and his neck.
Oh my God, of course.
Yeah. So he's a huge piece of asshole, just because it's like he's just so mean to her, like just so mean. Because you kind of originally see him, and you see the body, and you're like, "Aw," you kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh, like the
no,
way she's like making faces of him and stuff. I'm like, that's fucked up.
He's like, no, he's an asshole.
Yeah, fuck him.
So next, we're gonna talk about the biggest piece of shit. And Brandon, this guy's a huge.
This is
piece
number
of shit.
one. I thought Ed was number like 3.
No, Ed is number 2. This guy's
Okay.
number 1. So this guy isn't. He's like not funny anymore. Like it's kind of like, oh shit, like this is really really serious. So this guy is going somewhere in Europe, and he's meeting this girl. They're pretty close, similar in age, and he's going to meet her mom. And while they're going to meet her mom, like on the way, he goes, "Hey, I've been in jail." And she's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I was in jail." And she's like, "Why are you telling me this now?" And he's like, "Just wanted to let you know."
And I'm gonna assume it wasn't like, oh, I went to jail because
no. So the whole
I
thing
stole candy from the store and
he said he went to jail. He went to jail in the 90s for selling weed. So it's like, all right, that's pretty much nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But she and her family are like, oh my god, I can't believe he went to jail. So the show the narrative of the show is like, oh, like that's kind of a nothing like thing to go to jail for.
Yeah, I mean it happened,
Well, lo and behold, is he a fucking liar?
Oh.
This dude has been married 4 times. He's been arrested multiple times. Brendan, he was arrested about a month before the show.
What for? Dare I ask?
For aggravated assault. I'm sorry, aggravated kidnapping and domestic assault against his girlfriend, where she said he, and I quote, bashed her head against the furniture repeatedly and threw her against the wall.
What the fuck?
And apparently when the police came, like there was all blood, like she was like almost near death. And,
oh God.
And also his second wife accused him of raping her. So this guy is like super piece of shit. And it's also how the fuck did TLC not know about this? And a month before they filmed the show.
How couldn't they get a background check done?
I heard that story and I was like, all right, I have to talk about this because this show keeps unwinding and going more out of control.
Seriously.
But I'm curious because, like I said, this season blew up for all these people. Mm-hmm. Everyone's talking about them. Yeah. So I'm interested to see if the next season they backpedal or they're like, it's working for us. We have to find more pieces of shit.
Yeah, we have to find exactly.
Let me also let everyone know. Every cast is widely a good piece of shits. Like these are not nice people most of the time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's interesting. It's like watching the garbage of humanity.
I love it. Isn't that what reality is all about?
Yeah, reality it's like TV? Piece of shit Americans going to other countries and finding other pieces of shit. It's almost romantic.
It's like poetry.
Not the raping guy though. He's
no.
Yeah. I think he was kicked off the show, but I think they're still airing his footage.
Yeah, probably. What was his name?
Jeffrey.
Jeff. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like a dick.
Yeah. Well, he is
off.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I had to say with the podcast. What are your thoughts, Brendan? That's your time to talk.
I don't even know what to say after all that. I just thought this was a fun, cringy show. It's evolved into a whole different animal since the last time I watched any episodes.
Hey, leave Big Ed out of this, so I don't call him an animal.
Nah.
Right?
Well played.
God. I love Big Ed.
Yeah.
I don't love him because he's a nice person. I just love him because he's so fucking fucked up.
Yeah. Because of what he brings to the internet.
Have you seen his anime fan art?
A couple, yeah.
It's good. It's really good.
They're fucking great.
I think that's gonna be it for the podcast.
Well, that was good. It was something short.
And we're trying to bring you people, other not always Star Wars and Lord of the Rings,
but mostly.
Yeah, we're trying to vary it up. Other interests in life. We're trying to get you to let us know. We're trying to let you guys in on our personal lives and see how weird they are. What interesting.
Yeah. Well, with 2+ hours worth of ranking anime titties wasn't enough.
Yeah. You like that. Don't let him fool you, okay?
Well, I could always take it in my grave. I wasn't a part of that one.
No.
Thank God.
But you did admit to me in private that your penis leaks in tears. Anyway, that's going to be it for us tonight.
Oh, boy. Give us a proper send off.
Thank you all for listening. Brendan, do you want to plug your Mixer stream?
Well, of course. No, I can't. Never mind. I was gonna say someone specific. I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Oh, now I'm curious. We'll talk about that off there. So that'll be it for all. This upcoming Tuesday will be Gene's episode, and we'll keep bringing you this fucking tight content. I don't know why I said that. It made me feel uncomfortable. Anyway, that's gonna be it.
I think we found our next contestant for next season on 90 Day Fiance.
Woo! This is the longest ending we've ever done. It's been going on for like 5 minutes. I was trying to say goodbye. That's gonna be it for us, and we are out. Bye.